Welcome to Brainstorm MTG. I'm ELD, and this is Fast Effect Double Speed Magic the Gathering from ELD's Time Vault Games in Bellingham, Mass. This is part of our ELD Vintage Open, and actually, I believe the first event with the London Mulligan. It's Dredge here. Gonna be pretty happy about mulling. See if this is actually done correctly. Since learned exactly how serum powder works. With the new London Mull. And looks like a couple of Bizarre Baghdad, so that's going to be a keep. Serum Powder not necessary. And Gataxian Probe shows Force of Negation plus a couple of Bizarre Bagdads. And a 2-mana. It looks like Monastery Mentor, actually. Player obscuring that card a little bit. Perhaps it's Mana Crypt Tundra. Bizarre Baghdad. And a hollow one. So both players with threats on the first turn here. It is in fact a Mana Crypt. That does make perfect sense. Sensei's Divining Top coming down. And that does threaten to make a lot of tokens. See what happens here. Sensei's Divining Top, along with Monastery Mentor, can get pretty out of hand. Past, there have been decks that really looked to abuse that with some cost reducers. But Craig essentially has the now restricted Monastery Mentor in there just as a win condition, as a way to convert overwhelming card advantage into a victory. Paradoxical Outcome can draw a ton of cards, and Monastery Mentor plays perfectly fine along that line. Like a decision to make during the upkeep, perhaps? Hollow one does keep creatures at bay. Gonna drop a second Bizarre and swing. Just pushing through 4 damage. Activating Bizarre. And now walking away from any type of hitch counters. Couple of Narcomoebas coming in. May have been kind of a non-committal line there that didn't look, rewatching it doesn't look particularly optimal. I suppose one of the considerations there is not wanting to put Bridge from Belows into the graveyard, incentivize a chump block. That's probably the primary reason to do it that way. And now Paradoxical Outcome, targeting just 2 permanents. Oh, and the Sensei top draw. So 3 extra cards for Craig. What can he do with them? Getting to 20 damage. A tall order here with these Narcomoebas in the way. He is getting a lot of bodies. Gonna send these Narcomoebas there to block. No, they're gonna stick around to try and convert into even more zombies later. This is likely lethal incoming here. If you haven't seen Vintage Dredge, so that it is a very dangerous, explosive deck. We just saw a Dread Return go into the graveyard. That is likely going to enable a lethal Dread Return. There's the Dragon Lord Kolgan. Cabal Therapies, in theory, will be there to clear the way from any type of disruption, force of negation, force of will. Just 2 bridge from below. And that's going to get a force of will. Hollow one now, also dying for the greater good. And now showing Vamp and Tendrils. So things do need to end now. Five tokens on the other side. Now Dread Return grabbing Kolgan. And that is going to do it. So it looks like Xaxes there with those 5 blockers. 6 in the air, plus 2 more unblocked. So game 1 going to Pitch Dredge. Despite a turn 1 Mentor, a card so powerful that it has been restricted. Yeah, this build of Pitch Dredge a first draft of sorts. Given the new Modern Horizons cards, this was pretty much card for card from Stephen Mendian. Never know how to say his name. Memon. Does not incorporate Hogak, but instead has Dread Return. A way to try and close out the game even faster. The thing about Dread Return is a lot of the time it ends up getting cut game 2 anyways. So I'm not sure how big of a loss it is. I was quite happy with both builds that I piloted from him. Greg now. Not going to keep. London Mull is in effect, but who needs to mull? It's better to just draw a stone cold 7 every time. Rather be lucky than good. To be fair, all you really need with Pitch Dredge is a Bazaar. That is not a meme, that's actually how the deck works. For those of you who don't play Vintage, Dredge in Vintage is a deck that you literally mulligan until you have your Bazaar of Baghdad. There are no lands in this deck aside from Bazaar. You are actually just mulling to Bazaar. It is that key. Without it, your deck is not functioning. Taxian Probe from Craig. Gets a mental misstep. Now land, Mox. This is going to get ugly really fast. Oh, and not in the way that Craig was hoping for. Force of Will plus a blue card, Force of Negation, Force of Vigor, taking out his other Moxes. So he went land, Mox, Opal, hoping to paradoxical outcome, draw 3 cards, potentially win the game. Instead, Force of Vigor killing his other 2 Moxes, bricking his Mox Opal, and that is it for Craig. He knows I've got a Bazaar in hand. He is completely out of gas, stranded with just 1 mana, and that will not do. So Pitch Dredge taking it down in brutal fashion. That is all for this one, but don't worry, there is a lot more You can check out our older videos, and we're always putting out new videos from ELD's Time Vault games in Bellingham, Massachusetts. If you want to help the channel, of course, you can like, subscribe, share, tap that notification bell so you can know the next time our new videos come out. Thanks for watching.